Hello friends, and I'm back with a very new video that is related to class 7 geography. The chapter name is Human Environment, Settlement, Transport and Communication, and is one of the most important chapter in class 7 geography. This chapter is also linked with the geography we will study in class 10th. So let's begin this chapter. So the chapter starts with what is settlements? So, as we all know, that settlements are places where people build their homes, do farming, and keep their livelihood. But settlements can also be divided in two forms. First is permanent settlements, and the next is temporary settlements. So, what are they? Temporary settlements are those kind of settlements in which people who are nomads. You all know whom the nomads are. Nomads are the one who move place to place in search of pastures. So these nomads move to a land. For example, this is land A. Now they occupy this land. For example, 1 year. Hence they use this land for farming and carry their daily livelihood. After utilizing this land, when the whole productivity of this land is utilized, they move to the next land, and this cycle will continues. Okay, so temporary settlements only laid the foundation of permanent settlements. When these nomads came to settle in places, these were known as permanent settlements. And as we know, the technology gradually revolutionize and improve. So we can see how settlements become so much modern. And this is an example of a current settlement in foreign. So the four major means of transport are roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. So if permanent settlements or temporary settlements are formed, so the people who are living there have to carry their livelihood, they have to achieve their subsistence. So they have to build transportation system. Roadways plays the key role in it. And then comes the railways, then waterways, and then airways. Communication is the process of conveying messages to others. This all things we will be reading in this slide slow. So from here to here we know that the summary of this whole slide and what I am going to tell you in this YouTube video. So let's come to the next slide. Permanent and temporary settlement. As I have said already, permanent settlement, in these settlements people build homes to live in this type of settlement is mostly found in hilly areas, thick forests, and areas of extreme climate. So why the areas of extreme climate? We all know that those people who live in a temperature which is minus 10 degree or 5 degrees are not able to move very frequently to places to another one from one place to another place. Hence, this laid the bricks for the formation of permanent settlements, and those people permanently settled there only. Now, temporary settlements are these are the settlements which are occupied for a short period of time. We all know this is an example of temporary settlements where nomads, as I have told in the previous slide, nomads who move from place to place, settle in one place and then utilize its land and then move to another in search of pastures. Okay, compact and scattered settlements. So if we differentiate settlements in a more narrower form, it can be differentiated into compact and scattered settlements. What are they? A compact settlement is a closely built area of dwellings wherever flat land is available in a scattered settlement. Okay, so compact settlement, we can see that the people who occupy those land build houses in a very compact region, like we can see here. So this is an example of a compact settlement. Like compact settlements are made due to various reasons. Like the first reason can be that non-availability of free land. As we all know, let us take example of India. We have seen that in India the metropolitan cities like of Delhi, Mumbai have a very large sum of population. So if the population is so much high, then how can be house built at very large distances? And this is the reason that compact settlements are formed. Whereas scattered settlement are laid over an extensive area where are huge amount of space, like one home is here, then here. This is an example of compact settlement. It's mostly found in hilly tracts, thick forests, and regions of extreme climate. You all can link it with a hilly region, a hill station you ever been visited. Like let us take an example of Masuri. We have seen the houses present there that located to very distance from each other, and hence that is example of scattered settlements. Rural and urban settlements, the most important type of settlements and the most easiest one also. In some countries, a rural settlements is any settlement in the areas defined as rural by a government. So rural settlements are those settlements which is defined rural by the government of any country. In rural settlements, we found farms, villages. What we can see, villages are the rural settlements where farming is carried out, livestock are present. These are known as rural settlements. And an urban settlements is a concrete settlement. They are concrete jungles. Okay, though these whole area are occupied by large sum of people, and manufacturing and service is one of the greatest activity which is carried here, and here farming is the most important activity. Okay, so if I read urban settlement, it is a concentrated settlement that constitute or is a part of an urban area. It is an area with huge density of human created structure. So in these settlements, the population of people is also high, and we can link these settlements with compact settlements. What? Compact settlements. And we can link these type of settlements with scattered settlements. Okay. Now I think that you all are able to link the concept with each other. What is transport? At the beginning of this video, I talk about that there are four types of transport: roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. Transport is the means by which people and goods move. So this is the key definition of transport. If in your examination you were asked that what is transport, so you can write this. Okay. First, roadways. So as we can see, this is the most basic and fundamental type of transportation. These are most commonly used means of transportation, especially for short distance travel. Keep it in mind this word, short distance. This is one of the most important transportation system in short distance. Okay, like if we want to go from Delhi to a place that is located in Uttar Pradesh. So we will, by the way, take use roadways. But if we have to go from Delhi to a place like Kerala, then we have to take airways only. So you all can see that how roadways is connected with distances. Road may be metalled or unmetalled. Now we can see that roadways are also differentiated in two forms. What are these? Metalled and unmetalled. Okay, there is a dense network of roadways in the plains. Now question arises that why there is a dense network of roads in the plains. So we can all see, like for example, this is a map of India. Sorry, my drawing is not very good. So in India, these places are plains, and we can see the Gangetic plains. We can see in these places the network of roadways are very dense. And what are the reason of this? The reason is that in the plains it is very easy to lay road lines, and it is also very cheap. Hence, it is preferable for the government to lay roadways over plains. Okay, in the high mountains and forest, the density of roads are not too much, but we can also find roads there on also. Railways, the most important network for India. The railways carry people and bulky goods. They cover long distance quickly and cheaply. The railway network is well developed over a plain area. We can say that the plain areas are it is very easy to develop roadways and railways in plain areas. Now I will compare railways with roadways. What is the difference? So we can say that for short distances, roadways is the best method, and for somewhat long distances, road railways is the best choice. Okay, this is the first point of differentiation. Now the second point is that it is very cheap to lay road lines, but it is very, not very, but somewhat expensive to laid road lines. Okay, now rail could carry bulky goods also, but this is not possible in road. Okay, unless we transport it through trucks. Waterways, they carry heavy and bulky goods over long distances. They are mainly of two types: inland waterways and sea routes. Some important inland waterways are Ganga Brahmaputra river system, the Great Lakes in North America, and River Nile. Okay, now I will again draw the map of our beautiful country, India. Okay, so we can find here Andaman Sea and here Indian Ocean. So we have seen that waterways is divided in two forms. First is that inland waterways and sea routes. So what is inland waterways? Like this is Ganga River. So if we connect Allahabad with a place located in West Bengal, then it is an example of inland waterways. That we are able to connect rivers, and we are transporting goods or people through the help of rivers. That is known as inland waterways. But in sea routes, like from here, uh, a ship is sent to North America. Hence, it is example of sea route. Okay. So here are some examples that Ganga Brahmaputra river system, Great Lakes in North America are example of inland waterways. Airways. This is fastest means of transport developed in the early 20th century. Before this was developed, trade was carried on using land or sea routes. Okay, so we have to keep some points in our mind. This is fastest system, fastest and safest. Okay, this system is one of the most safest system as compared to other transportation mechanism like roadways, railways, or waterways. And this is most expensive one also. Before this trade was carried on using the land or sea route. We all know, we all have studied history that before coming of airways, we transport goods through waterways or railways or even roadways. It used to take several months to reach India for early traders from other countries. And as we know, this is fastest system. It can transport good from one country to another country in less than a day. That is a very revolutionizing feature of transportation. Communication. So communication is a process of conveying messages to others. Mass media means communicating with the masses through newspaper, radio, and television. The satellite have been made for faster communication. Communication has only helped to communicate, but it has well helped in education and to entertain also. So here it is an example of communication, that is mass media. Okay, through mass media like this new televisions, radio, we can communicate uh, to a person sitting on one corner of the world, and this have a very significant impact on our life, because we can have a video call with a person who is sitting in North America or Australia. We can interact with people, we can socialize with people, and even communication have changed the way we think, because we have the access to many things in our life. We can act by sitting in one corner of India, we can know that what is happening in USA, and this is very important aspect of our life. Communication not only help us to interact with others, but it also helps in education. We have also seen during this COVID-19 spread that how education become dependable on online on an internet, and this internet is only the outcome of the growth of communication. Okay, this is a telephone. Please let me know in the comment box that who invented it and when. So thank you. So if I summarize the chapter, we have seen various factor which affect our life and environment. First is transportation, that can be divided into four parts: roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. The next is settlements, that how we are living. Are we living in a scattered settlement or in a compact settlement? Are we living in a rural areas or in a urban areas? So this settlements tell us about that only. And the next is communication. We all know about that. One of the very important aspect of our life, as I have told. So we do not have to study these all factors in isolation. We have to make a connection between them. Like communication is very dependable on transportation, and transportation is very dependable on settlements. Like if I give an example, for example, there is an urban settlement. So you will all find that in a urban settlement there will be railways and even airways also. So you can all see that how impact settlement made on transportation. Where in a rural settlement we mostly find roadways and sometime railways also. And if there is a loose network of transportation, then communication cannot reach those places. Hence, these all factors are very related to each other. And if we remove one of them from our life will become havoc. And we can safely infer that these all factors make us life a luxurious life, and these are very important aspect of the world today. Now I would like to conclude that please like, subscribe my videos. I do make more videos on in class based on class 7 geography. And at last I would only like to say thank you everyone.